Hey, good morning, everybody. Dano the Rust Buster coming at you from Davie, Florida. Today we're starting with this '68 Camaro. It's a Pro Street. The motor's all built out. It's got a roll cage and tub. The axles are narrowed. This car has a really interesting story, but I'll go into that on the next episode. For the moment, this is where we're going to start, and this is what we've got. The car sat outside for a long time, and I'm surprised it's not worse than it really is. The typical around the windshield spots, you can still see the original lead right there where they sweated the joint from the factory. So this hasn't been worked before. I'm the first one in on this. Well, actually they did a little filler, but this is that's where that is. That's very typical for this body style and for these years from the 60s. You know, that this one's really typical. I don't know how or why it does it, but you know, Chevelle, Pontiac, Buick, they all do it right there. Another place that's typical, well, these rear quarters have been cut in the past to fit wide tires, and as you can see, it's coming apart. So I'm going to dress this up, cut it out, and make a new opening to make sure that the clearance is right and all that kind of good stuff. Back here is very, very, very typical. The water gets in behind the trim, and it just starts. It just starts and eating away. They had a custom fuel fill here that it'll be blanked off. As you see, some piece of old gasket. The gutter for the trunk is very, very typical for these years, and I'll remake this. It's already been worked once, but I can handle that and work with it. The other corner is just as bad, like usual. This car is going to really, what this one is about is the guy just wants to drive it, go out on Saturday night, you know, do a little racing with it and such like that. So it's not going to be for show. He wants to just get so that we can put some paint on it and have some fun with it. So this one's going to go really quick. I'm going to use a couple of Dano, I wouldn't call them shortcuts, but just a couple of expediting techniques, and it'll last for 10-15 years before some of this stuff starts coming up again. And chances are it's going to be inside anyway, so we don't have to worry too much about it sitting out in the winter, in the snow, or anything like that. So that's where we are on this one. I'd like to show you now how I get around, because everybody, I don't know if everyone knows it if you're watching this video, is that I travel to do this work. I don't keep my shop anymore because it's too much of a hassle to bring the car to me. And when I get up there, I get interrupted. It takes forever. So I'm mobile. I've been mobile for almost 2 years now. And this is how I get around. This is Goldie the van. And as you see, I've got all my tools. Well, now I got my tools out, but this is where I store all my stuff, and I bring along everything that I need to do a job. I've got my welders and grinders and everything you can think of. All I need is an extension cord, a 110 extension cord from your house, and I'm up and running, and let me at it. Right down to, I've got my primers and sealers and acids for to treat the rust and all that. So come on over and check this out while we're at it. What I do, this is how I travel. This is my my bunk. I've got my microwave, espresso, a 12-volt dual refrigerator, a porta potty. I mean, everything that I need is in Goldie. So when I travel, I've been known to go everywhere from the Keys to Maine, and I'll go as far as the Mississippi. If you're in someplace in Kentucky, for example, Louisville, Kentucky, if you need me out there, I'll come. I'll just mark it to get a couple of other jobs out there to make it worthwhile and not hang all the travel costs on one client. So that's about that. I'll be posting this one again. This is a really cool car, and I'm going to have a blast with it. So until then, Thank you, and have yourself a nice day. Bye-bye.